Hello again, everybody. This is Mr. Everything coming at you with another Star Citizen live stream. All right, I've got a new recruit. Like I've been texting with him and contacting him and stuff like that. He wants me to like go through some stuff with him on the game, like how to play and how to use the ship and stuff like that. He has not responded to my latest one. I'm trying to find out if he's actually going to be able to play tonight. You know, I was able to find him and add him to my contact list. So if he jumps on, I'm sure it'll let me know. Let me get out of the website. Bring the game back up. All right. Now I'm in the PTU. I've got some guys from the squadron on Discord, and they might or might not jump in on here with us. If they do, it's great. If not, I'm kind of texting them as well on Discord, letting them know what's going on. Now, I suspect they don't have the PTU, but I'm not sure how wide the PTU's gone yet. It might have gone... You know, every couple of days, I'm sure they expand the options for the PTU. Now, while we're waiting, what I was thinking of doing, and I was thinking about doing this, this morning, was rewatching the live stream on YouTube, and I can do it here, right here on the screen here. But I was thinking I could log right out and then bring up YouTube instead, because there were some things that they did in the live stream where they talked about missions and the way health was going to work and the way death was going to work and things like that. I would like to reinforce or whatever you call it, like basically like rewatch it. And then have like not a first impressions, because I've already seen it like 2 times. I would like to just have a conversation about it. And if you're in YouTube and you want in live YouTube with me, you can chat with me. If not, it's cool. You can just watch. And if you're on our Discord, you can do a live talk with me as well. Okay, so if you want to do any of those, that's great. Okay. I'm going to let my Discorders know. What is that? That's a Pinterest thing going on. They think I'll like those pins. Okay. Need to turn that off. Okay, and I might change the title of the stream too. Let's do that. I might have a couple of streams, gameplay and without gameplay. So this is going to be the one without the gameplay. I'm going to change the title to Sitcon 2948. Discussion. Let's call it video and discussion. How about that? That sounds good. All changes are saved. Let's get out of that screen. Let's refresh this. See if it's actually changed the name on my stream. And it did. Sweet. Okay, so let me DX the game. I don't want to pull the game up if we're going to be doing the video. I don't want to have that playing in the background. Okay, so we can get rid of that. Maybe I need center monitor capture. How about that? A monitor capture of some kind. Display capture is what they're calling it. Okay. Boom. Okay, let's put that behind some stuff. How do I do that again? Right there. Word, that works. Okay. Let's find a good copy of this YouTube video that I was wanting to watch. Not my video, it's just YouTube. Wait, what? What the hell is going on here? I could actually go to history because I was watching this earlier in high def. Yeah, it looks like it's on the screen. Okay, perfect. Perfecto. Now you're going to need desktop audio. Got it. Mic audio, I'm going to turn it down just a little bit. I'm going to turn the desktop audio up just a little bit. All right, guys, here we go. We're going to start this stream. And I want to talk about it a little bit as they go. If you have any comments, you can drop it in the YouTube chat. I'm watching YouTube. For some reason, my restream is not connecting to my Twitch chat right now, so I apologize for that. But here we go. Let's do this. Let's see if I type something in here. Want to chat, use YouTube chat as Twitch is not connecting. And I think I put one too many N's in there. Connect doing. Okay. Doing. Let's see if that pops up on my YouTube chat. It did. Okay. But it should have also appeared right there. There we go. It did. Okay, let's move. Let's do this.
That's actually kind of a hard video to follow, but we're going to try our best. It's a lot of fun. So welcome to Austin. I think we had our very first CitizenCon here back in 2013, so it's great to be back. It's a little larger venue than we were before, and we've got a lot more things on. But it's great to have you all here, and I'm really excited by everything we're going to reveal and show today. So for you guys, we decided we're going to do something very different this CitizenCon than what we've done in the past, because normally what we do is we show some technology we're working on that in the future you guys are going to get to enjoy, or we prototype some gameplay that's going to come in a year or two's time, like we did with in 2017 with Gamescom and CitizenCon. But this year we made a decision quite a while ago to focus on actual gameplay content. Our original goal was to have the mission that we're going to show you now be live on the day. Obviously, OCS and 3.3 is taking a little longer, so but the mission that we are going to play and show and walk you through is a mission that you'll all be able to play in 3.3 once Lorville and Hurston's in. All the stuff's in there, warts and all. It's not faked. It's actually proper gameplay. It's not scripted. This is a mission that can happen in various different locations and have different parts. And I think it's really cool because it's going to be content you guys are going to be enjoying in the very near future. As soon as we get 3.3 out of PTU and into live, and then we're releasing the Hearst and Lorville aspects, so it'll be good. So I'm going to bring.
Now they said the
Todd
Lorville
Humphrey,
was going to
live
come
director to the
soon.
stage with
They
me.
said it's going to come
There
out
he is.
soon after 3.3 is released. So I don't know when the 3.3.5 is coming,
And,
but they did say it's
also
going to
we
be
have
very
Glenn,
rapidly after
Glenn,
3.3.
who you may remember from some of our rituals. And you'll notice he's wearing cowboy boots, just to give. As an Englishman in Texas, he's wearing some cowboy boots. I did tell him that he's put him on the wrong side of his jeans, but anyway.
He's got boot up.
But anyway, so do you want to just say something about what we're going to do here in the like it's one of our missions?
It is one of our missions. Basically, high-level beat is that you'll see some of the biomes that we built and on the planet.
And you'll see
It
that
will
this
take
guy
place on the planet.
switches
We're not
to
gonna go
a
out in space or
controller.
anything like that, show off any of the moons.
And I'm like,
But
why
it
would you
is,
ever want to play with a controller?
basically,
I don't get
it's
it.
real.
I mean, you can
That's
see
the
how
most
much
exciting
control he
part.
doesn't
I
have
think that's
when he's playing with the controller in
and
this
I
mission.
think one of our focuses
When
going
the guy that he
forward
goes
is
with
focusing
is
on
obviously a
game
mouse
content,
user because
in
he's
the
just
immediate
killing the
future,
guys.
In the current patches, improving
You
the
know?
experience.
I'm sorry, I jumped ahead.
The
Sorry.
feel of the game. Even though we're in alpha or pre-alpha, we're really focusing on play experience now and building that up. And
Yes.
so this is one of the steps towards
Well,
that.
especially getting OCS and the core tech out.
Right.
You know, that allows us to do what we need to do. So Glenn's booting up real quick.
And I'm testing the the OCS on the PTU, and it's very good. I mean, as far as I can tell, I'm getting anywhere
And also
between
one
40
caveat,
to
since
60
you
FPS,
guys know that
even while
this is,
streaming.
Evocati,
So to me, that's
is
important.
that it is a 3.3 build, which means potentially it'll be not unlike a Star Citizen demo. There could be a crash in it.
Yeah.
You may also see some wonky behavior from AI specifically because it's all about multiplayer syncing.
There is.
These are all things that we're aware of and working, but we are showing you in 3.3.
See, I appreciate them showing me, even if there are bugs. I don't care about that.
Content will be coming with us.
I don't care if there's bugs. I know they want it to look as perfect as possible,
Yeah, so
but
the only thing that
but
we have
I would
locked on
prefer to
this is
see
the,
where they're at and what they're doing.
the
I don't
bang
care if
pulling.
there's a
So
bug.
this does have
I don't cry
asynchronous
about that
background loading and object container streaming, but we have the
because I know they're working on it.
because that's actually the most unstable element of what's currently in the 3.3 test with the Evocati, because it adds another level of complexity with the multi-threading and the possible issues that can happen and how things get out of sync. So in this, we just have that turned off, which means performance won't be as good as the Evocati are getting with bang culling in it.
Yeah.
But it's okay, and obviously it's only going to get better. And so bear with us if there's a crash. Hopefully there won't be one. We'll see. We're doing it live.
Yeah.
As someone,
Yeah, actually, yes.
yeah, as someone famously said.
This is this really is the first
Yeah.
time.
Something F this, let's do it live.
And this is kind of this mission is kind of how I anticipated a lot of the Star Citizen missions to go. They're not going to be just click a guy, do the
Almost there.
mission, come back, like all in 5 minutes. This video takes a while, maybe an hour and a half, something like that. It's a long video.
Those two need to go in.
Okay.
And this is
We're- 'cause
I
we're
don't
doing
know
this
if he would have been
multiplayer
able to
with
succeed
friends
on
and
this
joiners.
mission if he
So
didn't
we're
have
waiting
a
for,
dozen friends with
last
him
two
doing this
people to
mission
join.
with him. Chris, I'm getting a little bit of a spoiler here, but Chris says they should
Yeah.
add more AI. But I think that's because he did it with his buddies. If he was doing it by himself, that would have been enough AI, I think. Because it would have been a challenge,
2 and 3.
especially with him playing
Good,
with a
what's happening
controller.
With, Scott and Glenn.
All right, they're having some kind of technical
Have
issue.
to wait for them to be in too?
Yep.
Oh, they're loading all the other players too,
This up before, huh?
because he has friends that he
Wasn't that the
teams with.
15-minute wait thing that we had?
I hope not.
No, but I'm just saying that we said we were doing 15 minutes before.
Yeah.
I don't remember this discussion. The first time I watched it. The second time I was like, where did this discussion come from? I don't remember this. It's probably because when I was watching it live, I was watching it on their own website, and apparently there was some kind of audio desync, and I might have kind of not heard everything properly, so yeah. It's possible.
Not a competition.
Second time I watched it on this video. If you haven't seen this video yet, you're gonna be impressed. I was on a scale of 1 to 10. I was like at least a 7 or 8 impressed. If there's ever a scale on impression.
We have Paul Rendell around the corner here telling Todd something important.
I don't remember this conversation.
All right.
I'm drinking some mocha coffee. And I'm waiting for a text from a friend of mine who's just recently got into Star Citizen, and he was wanting me to help him, like walk him through how to get into a ship and fly around and do all the FPS and all that stuff. But he hasn't replied.
Are we ready to go now? Yep. We're good, right?
But it could be because I'm on internet pass-through.
Can we switch to player
I'm
one,
going to
please?
unplug this just for a second.
There we are.
All right, he's in bed.
All right, so we are waking up in our hab in Lawville. Hurston's the first planet that is
They do most of the
fully
talking.
formed planet with a proper landing zone. And the goal is to have what we call the habitation system, the hab system, that will give you persistence. You'll start off in a small apartment, but you can earn money, move your way up, upgrade to bigger, better places, get a penthouse, get real estate on different locations. And our longer term goal with the habs, I think in 3.3, the hab system is going to be not that different than what we have currently in 3.2, except for there will be persistence when you're in the session, so you can go back to your hab and through of it. But our long-term plan is you have a dedicated hab that is actually a unique location you can go to, and every player has a different one.
Sorry about all
a
that.
city big enough to be able to sort of handle that,
To support
and the
it.
other landing zones, which you will see in a little bit.
And obviously, depending on when you get into that hab might be very close to the city, or you might have to take a train out to
Schlitz beer.
Your house, yes,
No, I don't know what
exactly.
kind of beer that
And
is.
you'll sort of see the
There's
scale
a
when we get out
pizza
of this.
cup.
So let's wake up.
Or is that Piz cup?
Look that up.
I hope that's not a piss cup.
And you had a night last night. Look at that. There's some beer, reading.
He's got his
Hey,
Fitbit.
Glenn,
I mean, his
and
Moby
this will be
Glass.
a personal choice. You can have a messy hab
Yes.
or a
clean.
tidy hab. It'll be completely up to you how you want to hold your items. But let's go. I don't know. It's kind of let's get a cup of Joe.
Yep. So this is actually going to be showing off our. This is
That
a
looks
more
like water.
in-depth interaction system and how this can lead to missions, because we want you to pick up things. We want you to interact with the world and be able to look around and hunt for clues and those types of things. Go ahead and get your coffee.
Even though he's got a cup of coffee from last night sitting there.
Right. So yeah, we have a cup of coffee.
He's
We
got
have
a soda
the
over there.
interaction system where we can.
Inspect it.
Look at all items. So
And you
you'll
can
be
see
able
the
to-
gravity of the
it's-
water.
it's a far-
It, even though
so
the
in
cup
3.3,
moves,
you'll be able to look at your weapons, look at objects you pick up.
Don't turn it
And
too
the
far.
long-term goal is pretty much most items in the world will be interactable. You can take them, you can move them, they're persistent. You can store them in your spaceship. You can store them in your hab. And we're also not in 3.3, but we're going to be expanding the player status system. We already have the stamina that happens, and you need oxygen. But we're not going to go full core like survival or hard sim, but you are going to occasionally need to drink some liquids or eat some food.
Or breathe.
Or breathe.
And it's really just resource management, not any different than you would have resource management for your ship that needs fuel and you know, power and stuff like that. So we'll have our little cup of joe in the morning, wake us up. There we go. And so some of the things we have in the hub here are also to play with early in 3.3, but we'll actually have...
Now this is what I'm excited for. I can grab stuff and put it where I want to.
So
I was super excited about placing items down like that.
Like the old system in the hangars where you had to put it on certain spots.
Yep.
You can place items anywhere you want, pick them up from crouching. So there's a lot more interactive ability and tactileness. The other thing, longer term, short term in 3.3, it won't be so important, but we are going to move to what we call a physical inventory system, which means that
I think that's
you
3.5
have to
actually.
be able to carry the things you've got. There won't be any sort of magic inventory where you can just go to your Moby Glass and pull out 5 different armor sets and 100 different weapons. So it'll be what you can carry on your person, or if you've got a bag or a backpack, or what you can put on your spaceship.
A bag or a
what you can store in
backpack.
your
I
house.
didn't hear that before.
Or will be all things that would sort of constrain your...
Nice. I'll have a duffel
equipment
bag.
that you can have and use, and that would also
Full of
be a reason
rifles.
as you play the game, you earn more money, you can buy
Grenades
bigger
and
places,
ammo.
bigger spaces, more ships, more places to store it. But again,
But why would you ever need
managing
multiple
your
armors? You don't need
equipment
multiple
It's
armors. You
meaningful
just need
choices.
one.
is like a resource to manage.
Yeah,
I can see
basically,
taking your
we just
armor
want
off,
players to make meaningful choices.
but you don't need
I'm
a
gonna
second,
take this
like
armor
2
set
sets of
and do
armors.
this. I'm going to take this ship and do this. If you can pull it from anywhere,
Unless one
You're not
armor's
making
better
those
at
hard
doing
choices.
one thing, then you
Okay,
might
so
need
let's head
to.
out
Like if one
into,
armor's better in zero gravity and another one's better in high gravity or something like that, you might want that.
L19
But normally you just want armor value.
So on the AI side, we'll see.
That's a nice jacket. I was actually-
The early stage
that was a
of
nice
the
jacket.
AI going about their lives. There's a lot more that's going to come in. We have this usable system. I think we've talked about in the past.
If you want to chat with me, I'm in the YouTube chat. You're more than welcome to. I'm watching it over here. So if you want to say anything on YouTube, you're more than welcome to do that.
To having a drink.
well,
eating
even
food.
allowing the player to do the same
Yeah,
thing.
and the player, you can use the same systems and animations. And so we want to build a living, breathing city or locations. Because the thing is, in a multiplayer game, if you just rely on the players for the population, the problem is everyone's running around trying to do a mission or earn money, and they're sprinting left and right. So the AI is very important to give locations a sense of life, which is what we're going to be aiming for here. You're going to see more of it. We're going to go down to the base of L19, and when we look back at it, you'll sort of see it's a tall, sort of upside down.
And if this city doesn't look as populated as like a
here's the admin
Cyberpunk,
office in the-
it's because
in the
Cyberpunk's
L19,
supposed to
so
be
again,
overcrowded.
you drop off
This
and
is
have it
Hurston.
delivered.
This is not
sort of
a
see
crowded
how tall
planet.
it is
This planet is
on it.
actually kind of
Head
barren.
out.
I think this
So-
area holds 100 habs.
So that's why you're not going to see as many AI.
Yeah.
So as more
Whoop,
players
beep,
come
bop.
online and they would start in Lorville,
Look at all
we
the
would
dirt.
actually have
That was what
more
I
of
was
these
noticing.
buildings that would be
There's dirt
populated. So
everywhere.
here we are. We're out here. This is
True life.
looking out the vista onto Lorville.
All that dirt falling off the tubes.
And
We have
Okay.
the spaceport
Dust.
across the way.
yeah, Tessa Spaceport is the main spaceport of Lorville that's coming. And can't see if we ship, but there should be ships.
There's no ships coming and
as
going.
well as,
There's
so we
zero.
have ships that are actually coming out of quantum travel in orbit and coming down.
Look at how much dirt is piled up right there. Man,
but
what the hell?
didn't see any one of them. But that's because
and you're
also
breathing that in every
scripted,
day.
So it doesn't always happen on cue because it's not scripted. And here we're just gonna.
Looks like there's water in there.
Going to show you a little bit of Lorville, and this area is sort of the kind of what the L19 worker area of it,
Yes,
right?
and this is about selling the security building and the
Hurston
Russian-
Dynamics.
Hurston,
Yeah,
towards
so-
its workers.
So
Hurston
Hurston's
is the name of the
corporate,
planet
planet,
that Hurston
and
bought.
Hurston Corporation owns and runs it. So as you see,
just
a
said
fair
it.
amount of security around. They're maybe I wouldn't say the nicest employer. They want everyone to do their job and not complain, even if they don't get paid a lot. And the air
The
quality
4
is really
planets
bad.
in the Stanton
So,
system
you'll see a fair amount of
are
Hurston
each bought
security
by a
around.
corporation,
They
so
will,
they're not
stop
UE
and do
controlled
checks
really.
on other
They're controlled by their
NPCs, tell you
own
to move on and hurry up.
corporations.
And here we are coming out.
Now there's a sign here. I want to stop the video and pause it. This facility has worked 0 days without an accident. Yeah, okay.
I think we call it Leavestone, right?
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
0 days.
And so we'll go into the bar.
Yeah, and bar, I've talked about bars long-term being locations you would go to get some gossip, find out what's happening, maybe have some slightly shadier missions that you can accept versus the sort of more clean scrubbed ones that you would get on, say, the job boards.
I love that poster.
Yeah, the hammerhead.
Looks like shark jaws. Yeah.
So every now and then,
Yeah, and we're in an active city, so we actually have full trains of transit.
That was a good entrance into the chair. I
you
liked
go.
it.
Hey,
I just went by.
okay.
you all right?
That's the light flickering.
You want a drink or
I
something?
need a drink.
So this is our early implementation of the bartender, and you can order whiskey or you can order beer. So Glenn is going to do an Irish coffee
You're right.
in kind of a messed up way, not the proper way.
Look at the gravity on the liquid.
What do you want?
Appreciate it.
It always goes that way. They're working on it. It's not unusual.
As I said, this is the 3.3 build. There's
Yep.
some
There's
visual
still some
and
glitches
bugs. Like
and some wonky gravity.
Yeah.
It's fine once we get it.
Yeah.
It doesn't reset the gravity vector
right.
until you actually pick it up. So we got ice cube simulation. There you go. Very important.
Yeah.
And there is only there's only one cube in the whiskey, which is
Yeah.
also very important. All right, let's have a drink. Let's have a drink, but not too much.
So again, in the future, when we're talking about the player status, you'll be able to drink too much, stumble around.
There is
Oh,
a
those
liquor
are the
cabinet you
things.
can put in your hanger right now.
Yeah, maybe you have one drink.
I love the way you
Very
can
good.
place
Like
stuff.
A little bit more strength in combat, but too many drinks, so you lose your coordination. All right.
But you know what? That's how we place cargo now, so I don't see why it couldn't be like glasses and stuff.
We've missed the trains both times. So,
Glenn?
okay, let's see.
Checking his missions.
All right, we have a
Potential
we've got an invite
opportunity.
to go see Clovis Darneely in the reclamation and disposal. So this is the mission that is the one that we're going to show. So
Yes.
let's accept that.
So might as well pick it.
And we just need to
What
go
I
to
noticed
reclamation
was
and
it
disposal.
paid, what, 5,000
And this
credits
is
for
one
that?
of the mission givers on Hurston. One of the multiple ones.
He obviously had a few drinks.
Yeah.
These guys are all practicing with their no rifles in their hands.
So over here we've got Maria of Heart.
Okay, this is important.
Goes back to
Yeah,
player
listen to
status
this.
and kind of the idea behind Death of the Spaceman, where when you die, this is where you'll This is where you'll come back. You'll respawn here.
Yeah.
And then also when you get injured, and the med pin takes you back to a certain percentage, and then it will fade over time. And then you'll need to actually get fixed up here, whether it's at a
Wow.
hospital or by the Apollo or in
So the med pin doesn't
Exactly.
stop
That's
the
The
injury.
idea is the med pen is a short-term solution that stops bleeding and lets you operate for a little while, but if you don't go and get longer-term fixed up, the bleeding will come back eventually.
That's
So
new.
Even with med pens, you still need to go back and get medical help and
That's-
fix yourself up, just like repairing you're like a ship.
That's-
Repair yourself.
That's awesome.
So here we
I mean,
are.
I'm okay with that.
And,
But you just can't be running around with these med pens just taking bullets and just repairing yourself. You still have holes in you. So you got to go to the hospital and get that patched. Thought that was cool.
Apologies. The air is especially dreadful today. Yeah. Still alive, I think. Hello, welcome to Reclamation and Disposal. My name is Clovis Darnley.
What's he looking
Wonderful
at?
to meet you. What can I do for you on this fine day?
Well, you gave us an invite about work. Let's ask about that.
Now you can sell
An excellent
scrap
question.
there. That was an option. Sell scrap. That was interesting.
If you're not particularly concerned with shades of morality, I may have a lead on some, well, let's just call it questionable materials in need of forceful collection. The devil's in the details, I believe. Read them well.
Okay, there's a satellite that's fallen from orbit.
4,000.
There's a
Okay, not
prototype
5.
blade
4,000. I lied.
Interested?
Check out.
Hey, let me read this.
Let's do it.
TDX double X.
Best of luck.
Okay. Let's head out to the crash site. We're going to just check the mission, I guess. Yeah. Sure we got it. Oh, we're going to do a comm call. All right. We're going to ask one of our friends.
Don't get cringed.
Okay. Fingers
Chris.
crossed.
Yes. Definitely.
man.
There he is. Oh, hand's a bit weird.
How's it going?
Just chilling here in Larval, waiting for us to check out one of their new ships.
Nice, man. Hey, look, I just got this mission. Apparently I need to go out to some location for some potential salvage. Wonder if you want in?
Yeah, that sounds good. If I'm in the area, I'll definitely join up with you if I see you.
Did he calibrate, by the way?
You look interested.
Definitely.
All right, man. I'll catch you out there, yeah? Meet up with you.
All right, man, later.
All right, dude. Juicies.
Juicy, that's German.
So we come.
Juice.
Obviously, there's still some kinks in the facial stuff like that.
Just a little bit.
I'm not sure.
Actually, it's not that
whether,
bad. I've been playing with it. It's
we
pretty good.
calibrated correctly. Doesn't Chris have glasses or not?
Chris does have glasses.
Yeah. So, but that is an example of comm calls in RTT.
I'm sorry if I'm yawning.
Face over IP.
I just
Best
didn't get very
example
much sleep
of
last night.
The quality that you can get out of it. But we have
I wasn't
face over
feeling
IP
well.
That's working right now in
I'm starting to feel better, though.
the OCS branch that the
And
Evercadian.
they can actually play it too.
And they could, yeah, and you'll also be able to go and check it out in the LAN room, the Drake LAN room. Okay,
So that's L19. That is, or
yeah,
sorry,
look
that
at
is
that.
that's the house that we
that's
were
where we
at
were
in
in the
the
house.
security building.
yeah, behind us.
I can only imagine
Where's the,
how much
like,
time. I
worker?
can only imagine how
We're
much
gonna hit
time
Tammany and Sons,
it took
which
them
is,
to
a
build
shop.
these
We're gonna
levels.
Buy some armor. We're gonna buy a multi-tool as well. Because we'll need that for the
Freaking
mission.
forever. Even if it is assets, they can just
So straight
plant.
ahead, that is
It's
the
still
business district
they had
that
to build the
we'll be
assets.
Working towards for 3-4.
But more assets they can use in more areas makes building these areas a lot faster. So they're learning from mistakes now, so that when they build their next city or the city after that or the
Don't
next
try to
planet after
cosplay
that,
those
they'll be a lot
little,
faster.
The bags.
Cheap plastic bags, breathing
Yeah.
apparatus things. It may not end well.
Yeah.
All right, so this is this is the actual new flight suit that's coming with 3.3. It's the RSI
from Virgil.
Odyssey. It's very cool.
That
So,
says Virgil.
we're just gonna get
There's the Odyssey.
Buy the helmet.
Odyssey 2 Alpha, which basically means it's still in production. Damage
And
reduction?
then we
None.
need to go.
it. Do we have the suit? I don't have the suit.
Yeah, we have the suit. We need to go get the multi-tool. So think of the multi-tool like your personal utility item that will have different attachments that you can actually use, whether that be cutting.
And 485 is not
welding,
bad for a
or
multi-tool.
Salvaging.
That would have to be one of the
Hopefully
first
mining,
things I
can
buy.
into mining.
Yeah,
You,
like
you,
the-
go, you
like
want to have a
small
multi-tool,
scale
and you're,
mining.
Yes.
you know,
Very small scale mining.
I don't know if you need a miner's helmet, but yeah.
All right. least put the undersuit on. There we go.
It's not there, dude.
You sure we got the thing? It says undersuit empty.
Oh. Yeah,
Glenn knows what
okay
to
then.
do. How much money is he
Yeah,
packing?
you
20
don't need to turn it on,
million?
by the way, just let you know.
2
Did
million.
it not let you be able to buy
Okay,
the
2 million,
power
not
suit?
20 million.
No, I don't think you gave him the right items.
Needs to refresh them.
I will have to say, I'm not really a big fan of chat.
Alright.
I'm not sure how they could do it better.
Bug.
Yes.
I don't know. It just feels clunky. I'll have to. I'm sure they're going to iterate on it, make it better with feedback. Enough people tell them, what they like or don't like about chat. I'm sure they'll fix
We'll
it.
do the helmet when we fly.
Yeah, you don't need that on Hurston. Even though the air quality is bad, it is breathable. Right. Okay.
So we're going to make our way to the train station.
The guy's practicing
So
again.
this is the workers' district, and that's how the workers get taken to the strip mine.
Do you see the trains going by or not? There you go. Look,
Yep.
so you see. So there's actually functioning. I don't know if you saw that, but there's
Yeah, we saw it.
functioning trains in Lowville. We're actually going to get on one of the trains. We just saw one go past. We can go to the metro station now. There you go. See. Yeah, there's actually a functioning transit system that we're going to head to, which is very cool. And even when you're flying outside, you can see
Yeah.
the trains.
I will have
on
to
their
say the
tracks
train system
going
is
through the
really
different
cool.
stations.
Like I used to play a game called, hey, what's up? Commuter Citizen, exactly. You've seen the video already. But no, there was a game I played called City Heroes, and there was a train system that took you to different zones in the city. But the way they worked it was,
We have the admin
you
office,
click
that's
on the
pass,
train,
That's the residencies, and then we've got the
and you
security
pick
building
the
right
zone, and then it disappears, reloads with the old.
Off limits.
Yeah, I agree. I love the
We
trains.
stare at, we like hang out too long.
And I thought about this too. I thought about when I get my hands on Hurston, I'm going to ride the trains all the way around the city a couple of times. I'm going to get off at places and just explore. I want to see the whole city. I don't want to just see the mission areas or the hab areas. I'm going to go everywhere. I'm going to go to the hospital even before I get injured. I'm going to go to the hospital. I don't know. I'm going to try it all. And eventually, probably 3, 4, I think they're going to open up the government building.
Line, which will take us to the outskirts, or we can take the spaceport line, which is going to take us into TSA.
And I love the
That's where we need to go to get our
the
ship.
overhead announcements.
There's 6 different gates that
kinda sounded like-
into the city, and plus the spaceport.
Oh, what was that
So
game
it
called?
gives you just kind of the idea of the scale of the city.
And all these
The one on
trains
Black Mesa.
run on a schedule. So actually, if we take a look, we can see above train arriving in 100.
Half-Life.
What about the other track? What's the other
The
track?
overhead sounds like
Train
Half-Life.
arriving in 26. Okay, well,
Train's departing,
train's departing in 26 seconds.
so it just came in.
So we missed it coming in. All right. But yeah, basically the trains come and go. If you actually walk out and go and take the other train. Glenn, do you want to do that? Or just watch it go?
One thing that you will notice is that the
6,
transitions between
5, 4.
heliports or between elevators, as well as this is basically like a fancy
Train
transport.
go, yeah. Off it goes.
Now
Let's go to the
fixed, so
other
you
train.
won't fall out.
So, okay, we
55.
got 53 seconds. We're simulating. We're going to do commuter citizen. So if you miss the
See,
train,
right here.
you have to wait for the next one.
I saw somebody that was very excited about that on Reddit. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it was probably
this one's for you.
developist. No,
Yeah.
I'm just playing.
Well, I just wanted to show. I love the
What'd
fact
you just
that
say?
there's a running transit system, and you have to catch it right. And
And actually, the
Exactly.
team worked very, very hard.
Yeah,
on putting this together,
I'm
actually building the tracks, building
happy that they are
everything
excited.
that goes into it.
You know, it tells me that they got a lot of passion, like you're saying.
Should be
The other
showing
thing,
it any minute now.
And when you get to do what you want to do, then it's not work, right?
There you go. See, in Star Citizen, the trains do run on time.
this one started.
We may
pretty-
crash.
Yeah.
We may do some other stuff, but our trains definitely run on time.
So the AI in the future will be able to transition.
Right now, they can't go through the
between
doors.
spaceport and,
They have no
Element
desire
9.
to
Right
go
now they
anywhere.
don't.
Right now, they're
So
just
it will be a-
set pieces, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
You'd
An
have,
empty
you have a
ride.
train, people getting on, getting off,
Yeah.
sitting down in the seats, just like you would get a normal commuter train. So the usable system, the new usable systems only just come online. And it's one of the reasons why you're not seeing that many of the actions that are going. But this is all physically real. We are traveling in Lawville, and you can see out. You look back, you see the tracks, right? And that's the Hurston Dynamics building, which is 4 kilometers high. Lawville itself is about 24 kilometers in sort of diameter, the main
Just
area,
imagine
which
a
is
building
equivalent to Austin,
that's
actually.
4
So,
kilometers
Austin size
tall.
in real world scale.
That's a
So
frickin'
that's,
big building, dude.
I think not many games sort of do things
Not
at the level
there's
of scale
no.
that we're doing.
I mean, that's a
So
that's a
here we are
Blade
coming
Runner
into
sized building.
spaceport.
You know,
And
and
longer term on
this
the
gives you
transit
this
system,
gives
we're
me
gonna have,
anyway
line
a Blade
switching,
Runner feel.
a lot
The
more
music,
options, so it'll be much more
the way
like
the
a
city
real,
looks, the way you fly out of the
kind
city,
metro system or
it
track.
feel
Right
and the
now,
wall
they sort of
just
run
pointing
feels
out
like
where
Blade
you
Runner.
be, but we're going to have them have actual multiple stops that you're going off, multiple hab stops. It's anyway, it's fun. So there you are. And,
Tessa.
Whatever the train simulator out there, we're doing a little bit of that too.
Train tracks is a serious and dangerous offense.
Stop, think, educate, innovation. No.
All right.
Customs area.
There we go. We're going to head to the spaceport, which would be
Please
the
make sure you
place.
have collected all property when clearing customs.
Hello. Oh.
Have all the relevant information ready for inspection.
All right.
All
So
right.
longer term with a law and order system that we're going to be working with, going between places, you know, depending on what you carry, there'll be checkpoints, so you won't be able to necessarily say carry weapons or contraband, and that's kind of what these custom points are. They're not fully operating yet, but that's the longer term goal. Won't be in 3.3, but as the law and order system comes in, that's all going to be part of it. And here we are.
Just for the smugglers, that makes it a little bit more interesting.
Yeah, you got to find a backdoor entrance
Yeah.
or how to come or how to hide it. And smuggling is a specific kind of gameplay that we are going to add to what's happening here.
Yeah, that's a good
So
question.
here are the main
Probably
controls.
what's coming out in 3.4.
And you can sort of look out.
Because 3.4
Ignore
is
these
supposed to be
glitchy
out by
AI,
the end of the
we
year.
have lots of those. There's a few ships on part of that. That's actually, we'll go there later. Saw that. That's the Kraken. You can see the sides of the Kraken because it's got a cutlass on it and a Buccaneer, if you take a look and we zoom in. And it LODs in properly. There you go. So it's not a small ship. I don't know, are there any ships coming and going? I'm on this build.
Yeah.
Like this morning. Do we disable the ships coming and going? I don't know
No.
what happened.
No.
So in the
Well-
spaceports you'll come, there'll be sort of hubs.
At
So normally
CitizenCon,
the primary
they
ship
mentioned
dealer, there is
Squadron
actually a
42
ship
is
dealer on the
finished.
spaceport, which we'll go and see later on. There'll be different lounges. So
They said it's
like
finished.
Maybe one for the Chairman's Club.
They
one
said
for
all the
sort of
technology is
UE,
done, all the
USO
assets are
style,
done,
one,
all the
they have
acting is
various
done.
guilds
They
that
said everything's
per
done.
member, they may
Now they just
their
have to
own sort of
package it as a
lounge
game,
in,
and they could send it out,
various
you know,
spaceports. We're
ASAP.
gonna go and just
But they're
retrieve
probably
our
going
ship,
to.
to go on the mission.
Who knows what they're going to do? Maybe they'll announce it.
The rework.
Yeah, we'll take the new Mustang. which
Hey,
is-
Donkey Man, what's up?
Not the Aurora.
No.
There you are. Landing pad. Hangar 4. So over in that direction, we're going to go back and visit later on, is actually where the ship dealer is, which is a big deal because in 3.3, when Hurst and Lowville are in, you'll be able to
Exactly.
buy ships and also rent ships over here. So we'll have ship rental too.
All the assets have been done for a
Don't
while,
have to buy
though.
all- every single ship because we're going to have.
But there's no more technical blockers
ships,
because they were waiting for what?
dealers
Object
or
containers?
places that will
Because they didn't
specify,
want the
like,
game
here's the
to
origin
be
deal or
laggy and stuff like
whatever.
that. I guess
So-
one
and they'll also
issue,
be
they said
used
AI.
for, like,
AI,
have
they
one
say
event
that
to be
there's
called teachers.
no technical
We'll
blockers.
go
Well,
visit
guess
this later.
what?
Let's go to,
AI's
going
got a
down
problem.
Here. Sorry, Glenn. Yeah, Glenn's reminding me.
So maybe there
long-term,
is,
You're also going to be able to take,
maybe there are some technical blockers. They just don't want to
transit,
admit it.
Just the same like we have the transit system.
Yeah, all the
train,
ships for
commercial
for Squadron 42 are
to
finished.
Different locations on the planet or off-world. So that would be where that would be down on the spaceport, and we would build that. So as an NPC, you could fly your
The
own
last
or
ship
you
they
can
needed was the
take a
Valkyrie,
ship
and that's
to
finished.
get there, basically a Starliner. So let's go down to the hangar.
Because you
And,
can't, because you're not going to be boarding the Van Duel ships.
We've got two
You're only going to be
hangar
blowing them
sites,
up.
that we built, which is
So,
the large hangar and the extra large, because they
Uh,
hold every ship. Now, obviously,
so all
we're
they
gonna
have
be
to
in a
do
large
is the
hangar, these are all
exteriors
Mustang.
for the Van
Too
Duels.
big of a,
They don't have to do all the interiors.
really hangar for a Mustang, but
It sells the scale.
yeah, you'll get a sense of scale, and either for 3.4 or just after 3.4, the small hangar will come in line. There are small hangar
Well, it's
places in the spaceport. It's just we haven't finished the interior of the small hangar out.
This is built out of our common elements. So the idea is that this is how we scale. You know, we build these big elements, and then we can bring them down and build smaller elements out of that.
So here's the large hangar, which will fit lots of ships,
Yeah.
not just a Mustang.
Yeah.
That's about the size of the hangar
Again,
that's on
longer
the.
term, we still have
that's
some
on
area
the,
around, but, you know, people
truck
will be
stop.
moving carts when you land.
That's a big
or
hangar,
bring stuff
too.
Over to your ship. So the long-term goal is to have the AI in the place, give it a sense of life, give it a sense of operation. So
Put on
you know,
your-
they're coming
put
out
on
to
your helmet.
refuel your ship, coming out to fix it up, all the rest of the stuff. Right, let's get our helmet on and go for a flight.
Exactly. That's true too. Their AI might be scripted, but I would think not. I would think they have to have some kind of, you know, not subsumption, but they've got to have some kind of logic, where if their buddy dies, they take the corner, or if they kill you, they make an advance. You know, they have to have some kind of AI, but it might not be relying on subsumption. You're absolutely right. But I'm talking about the glitchiness and the desyncing, but since it's a single-player game, you're not going to have desyncs. You only have that when you have two different players trying to connect to the same area.
Let's go to comms and ask for permission.
Yeah,
to...
yeah, exactly. You got it. Lumberyard.
We just got
Lumberyard.
He's a little blown out.
Yeah, we can't hear him either. But he's like, okay, you got permission to land.
Permission to take off.
Let's say take off. Sorry, yeah, not land.
I do like the new Mustang. I'm not a big fan of starter ships, but I am a fan of this Mustang. And you hear isn't that Blade Runner music in the background? I thought it was.
Yeah, our hangar doors are opening. And again, the hangars all here it's all physically correct. So the hangar is in the location. You see it outside. When you're playing it, you'll see other players coming and going, landing in the hangars. So let's.
And you'll shoot them, and they will die. No, I'm just playing.
So we're also introducing a restricted zone.
So you can
And
see
you
the
see
sort
the
of red
graphic.
area, which is like until you're after a certain height, you can't fly on. Here we are,
Later, when they
Kraken that we
talked
were
about
looking at.
developing the area,
Over
they
there,
said
right
they
there
put
is
these.
L19,
where you
right? Yeah.
spawned.
They put the hovering signs
Let's see if you
to
can
let you know
scale.
when you're high enough to not be in a
I don't
controlled
know if you
zone.
can see, but you should see trains run on the
So
track.
once you get over
I
those
think it's
spaceport
there,
lines,
I can't-
then you can fly over the city.
timing, yeah.
You can't fly under them.
Just going to get up to appropriate height. And obviously, if you can see, Lawville's made quite a lot of progress from last year when we showed
It has.
in the ArtCorp demo at CitizenCon. So we
The
spent
first
a
thing
fair amount of
I
time,
keep saying the
building
first
it
thing I'm
out,
going to
and
do,
also
but I don't
building it
know.
in a way that,
I'm going to land on
will
that
be
building,
performant,
the Hurston building,
sort of scale.
just to get out and walk around. But
think Ian increased the size of the building.
jump
quite a
off the
lot.
side and see how long it takes me to hit the ground. I don't know.
Yeah, but you get a sense of just how big the main Hurston building is. And in the goal is in 3-4 or just after it, this opens up as a whole separate area that you take
Yeah.
the train
Yeah.
to go visit in.
And that means there's going to be elevators and shops and all kinds of stuff in there. They have to spend a whole patch just on that. But also ArcCore is coming out in 3-4 as well, so that's a whole city planet. Hey, Matrix. Welcome back. Yeah, flight lanes. Exactly.
Look back.
Yeah, because they talk about, and that's probably what these beacons are. Probably. They didn't really mention it, but in the developers, they did say that those horizontal labels are the altitude limit, and you can't go underneath that. But it also advertises like where the spaceport works, so it's like double. See, there's a bunch of these beacons that I think that's just a perimeter of the city.
Flying out into Hurston. So
And you
this
got
is,
you have a whole planet,
mission mark.
1/6 the size of
First
Earth.
person you do.
Yeah.
1/6.
So Hurston's actually built out of 6 biomes. We've got desert, savanna, acidic, strip mined, trash, and polluted coast. So here you'll see the polluted coast. If Glenn flew down towards the ocean.
Glenn, fly down. I like the look of that ship,
Yeah,
though.
Hurston is.
I don't want it,
believe about
but I like the look of
2,000
it.
Kilometers in diameter, so it's about Earth size based on our.
I've got a
ratio,
saber.
So we're doing 1/6 for the main planets, and that's mostly just for traversal reasons, because you'll see it already takes quite a while to fly, not even that far of a distance, and with the old flight model, we had some of it, but the new flight model even more enforces it. So when you're down in atmosphere, the thicker it is, the harder it is for you to go fast. When you get higher up, you'll be able to go faster. So
Yeah.
we figured 1/6 of the size is still.
They don't have the
bigger
heavy
than
track.
anyone
They
else
turned off
doing
ships
on
or something.
planets,
Maybe they don't realize they
like
did.
1-1,
but
it's
there
a
weren't any
nice
ships
balance
coming and
between
going.
Having the size and the scale, and being allowing you to traverse it in reasonable times.
Word. Oh, sorry.
I think that's sort of acid, the acidic area, and then there's sort of polluted coast here, and we're heading towards.
That's the one I have. I have the Comet.
Place we've been told for the mission, and this particular mission. I
Our
believe,
our
is
squadron,
for
the First Naval
locations.
Aerospace Squadron,
Yes.
is a
Locations
Saber
around,
unit. We are
Hurston.
Saber pilots, and then we
so-
have secondary
also have multiple
ships
brands.
like
And-
a
and-
Carrack
yeah,
or a
and it's gonna be
Starfarer
multi-part or
or
multi-part,
Freelancer or Cutlass or whatever as our secondary ships, but our primary ship is the fighter, the Saber. We're anti-pirates, anti-smugglers.
I'm expecting all you guys once
We're
you get
the-
hold of Hurston,
we're the
there'll be lots of pretty
good guys?
screenshots and, cool.
What does that really mean?
It's better than we manage to do normally, so that's pretty awesome. That's actually one of the nicest things every time we do a new release is seeing all the content that you guys generate.
I want to see a 25 on 25 fight
Yeah.
here.
So we're sort of hitting the sort of savanna-style territory. There's a couple of biomes in Hurston that aren't in this one, but there'll be a planetary bombardment kind of biome. So like Hurston,
Exactly.
they make
We-
weapons
we're-
and they use the planet for testing. So that would be sort of this cratered area that they're testing their orbital devices, and then there's going to be the executive gardens, which will be really sort of plush.
We are
for the 1%.
not a heavy role-playing group, but we have a role-playing theme behind us, and the role-playing theme is we're part of the Navy, and we support the citizens of the Empire, and we enforce laws, even if we really don't. We play it off as we do, and if you we're gonna be wearing the marine armors and more of the take more of the legal missions. But whenever we do take a
Closer.
less than legal mission, we're gonna play it off as we're undercover.
Glenn
We're you know, we're doing it for the advocacy or something like that. We're not, you know, that's our mindset, you know. But we don't enforce any role playing. I mean, that's just for fun, you know.
New flight model, which I believe is going to be a talk right after this. Actually, it may be.
We have ranks in the unit. We have like awards and medals, you know, like the UE award and you know, anti-piracy ribbon, and we have a bunch of things like that. But we don't.
It won't be in 3.3.
But it's just theme is what it is. It's a themed unit. But we're not hardcore military milsim. That's not us. Even though a lot of us, more than half of us actually, have probably been in the military.
Really good. And also it depends on the ship. So like a ship that has more atmospheric ability, like a Gladius or something, flies a lot better and can turn much tighter in atmosphere than say an Aurora, which is basically a flying brick. So
I don't think the Aurora should fly very well in the atmosphere.
It's very cool.
I think it should just be a controlled fall.
Showing the atmospheric, letting people play with the atmospheric flight there, but it definitely feels different.
Exactly.
In space,
Matrix. That's what I'm talking about. We're gonna hunt down pirates. As long as there's a bunch of players that want to be pirates, that just means we're gonna have a lot of job opportunities. You know, people. If there's a merchant that's afraid of pirates and he wants to hire us as an escort, that's the kind of thing we'll do. We'll escort him to help protect him versus the pirates. As long as there's people out there that want to be dickheads, we'll always have a job. So I'm glad that there's pirates out there.
And the scanning, gameplay is an ongoing thing, so we have quite a lot of more stuff to come.
And I don't mean griefers, that's not what I'm talking about. You know, I want to say that. Because I find that pirating is a legit job of profession. I mean, that's, if you want to be a pirate, that's awesome, that's good, great on you, cool. You know, I want to be an anti-pirate, great on me, whatever. But if you just want to be a dick and a griefer, that's a different story altogether.
And that is
because pirating somebody's not griefing him. That's just robbing him. See, I don't think it should fly as well once the wings go up. But they said this is not implemented. They said it's still flying like space right now. Woo! His rolling and he's using a controller. I don't know how you do that. I don't know how you get out a little Xbox controller and play Star Citizen. You just go straight down. So what? You're good. I wouldn't have landed there because I would have been too scared of hitting a tree. I would have found a bigger spot to land in.
All right. We are
but hey, you know,
let's go check this thing.
Not unless you put a Pathfinder on the ground. He's got his hands up. Hover. Just lower, you know. I used to be a Pathfinder. Turn. Yeah. I knew all those hand signals.
Should we have a few weapons just in case?
Oh, when they did the emote test, I should have done all those Pathfinder signals. They did an emote contest. Ah.
Right.
Man, I'm an idiot. So now he's got all this stuff on him. It looks,
so this is his fan out.
Perspective, it looks like he's too low. Doesn't it look like he's hunched over? Either that or all this stuff is too big. He needs to be a little taller, or it all needs to be a little smaller. I don't know.
We've still got a lot more stuff to do on our,
it's okay if it's big, because it's alien. I'm okay with that. But it just feels like he's too short. Like he's a dwarf.
Depending on the place.
Or a halfling.
There's going to be weather systems, so dynamic weather, you know, rain, snow.
Like you would think he would be like head height with that rock, or look over this bush, but no.
Jungle planet. I mean, Hurston's sort of been bluted, so the most you get.
That's just me.
Either this sort of.
I had a bad perspective there.
Or you're going to get the executive guns, but the tech that the Frankfurt guys and Marco Cabeda who's been heading it up, is pretty awesome because this thing covers the whole planet, and when you get down, you're right in the middle of it, and it's really, really cool. And we're constantly working to improve it, so it's already a level above what we showed.
The fire looks pretty
a
good.
year ago.
I have to
And,
admit.
it's, you know,
I like the look of that fire.
it's gonna be even better as we carry on.
Right now, he's not being damaged by the fire,
And
but
here
they
we
say in
go,
the future he will be.
In the current game, the fire doesn't damage you, but longer term, the fire will damage you. It'll be part of the player status system. We're going to measure the temperature and the heat. So over a certain amount, you start to get.
But not just fire.
And also, if you're in a tight area, we will actually have the fire entity itself be sucking oxygen out of the air. So like if there was a fire aboard one of your ships, if you don't put it out, it's pulling the oxygen out of the air, which would work with our player status system, which is all the systemic stuff that we want to get into the game. So it's one big sandbox to just live and exist in, and the things that you think would happen as they would in real life do.
And it's not just fire, it'd be acid or radiation or other different hazard types that we can actually think of and use.
Okay, this is a mission I would not have thought to go to the back and mantle up to these places. That would not have crossed my mind. I would have been, knowing that my target is up front, I would have been trying to climb up the front, land my ship closer, and jump out of my ship. I would not have thought about mantling the back.
Again, all our player,
There was no hint
sort of
saying
locomotion,
you should climb up the
movement
back.
stuff, you know, stage one, we're working on
But
it,
it's good
yeah,
that
you'll be
it's
able
good
to,
that he had to figure it out.
mantle, vault, slide.
I would have been climbing up the
basically do a
side
lot of
over
these sort of
here.
parkour style actions and have full locomotion and interactivity with the environment.
And if the
Again,
fire's going to damage
wanted
me,
to
I
do
would have
sort
thought
of
not to go
tactile,
across the top
exploratory,
because I would have
game,
been burned.
feel to it. So
Line up there, Glenn. You're not lined up.
what's happened with the? Is it
Yep,
me
you're
or
not
is
lined
there
up.
Something blown out on
The lights.
effects. Yeah. Okay, let's try to make this jump. It's like old school platform game here. All right, are we gonna do it, Glenn?
No, he's not
All
going
right,
to
we're
do
gonna
it.
get a good run up.
He's not lined up. He keeps twitching to the left.
Oh, Glenn!
See, I wouldn't have. It wouldn't have crossed my mind to know that I needed to jump across there.
Okay, back up again.
So I'm going to get this mission, and I'll know how to do
It's
it.
like an old school platform game.
But if I didn't watch this video, I would have been SOL. I wouldn't have been able to figure this out. I probably would, but it would just take me a long time to figure it out. But he's going right where he needs to go. I would have to like trial and error. I'd be climbing up the sides. I'd be trying to climb up this little circle here, thinking it's an airlock or
Good old
something.
first person.
I don't know. I would have been all over the place.
One. We're actually ducked and crouched in there, I think. as we're going
Yeah,
through that,
yeah,
So we're
he's
actually
crouching.
ducked as we're going under
Yeah.
it. First person. Okay. And we're mantle up the last
I
thing.
love
All right.
mantling though.
Back
I mean, it's
here.
just climbing, but
Try it again.
see, he's going left and right and all over the place. He's blood all over his monitor or his screen.
Settle down.
Legs are flashing.
Glenn!
Heal yourself.
Yeah, you better get that med pen. Do we get any?
He probably doesn't have it mapped on his controller. He doesn't know what buttons to press to get a. He's about to die.
Oh,
But you notice he didn't respawn in the hospital. But that's because it's probably just a demo.
can you do a go-to? Yeah.
What's that?
A go-to?
Yeah, okay. All right, we're going to cheat. We're going to use a developer go-to so we don't have to have you guys go through the whole thing. Yeah, we are going to teleport. Okay, we did say it was real gameplay and live. There you go. So I think next time you fall, you should probably med pen before you take the next jump.
Now that he has a med pen equipped.
All right, one more time. Glenn made that jump every single.
Yes.
I mean, I didn't see you miss that jump until now.
Twice.
And I like that they're using the comms, but they put like a little bit of a distortion for the radio. I think that's pretty cool.
You got it.
Now, before you go running, line up. Really?
All right. So, hey,
So again, you're looking for a prototype blade.
I'd be pulling all that out and storing it. I wouldn't throw it on the ground. You'd take it and sell it as scrap.
And this goes to the tactileness that we want. That's the right one?
so
Nope.
TDC 470. No,
Nope.
we need a TDC prototype XX.
Don't throw it away.
All right. So we can just drop that. Exactly.
I'd take this whole
Take
thing.
this one out.
Take the whole thing out.
No, it's the same one. So the prototype one does not appear to be there.
There you go.
So someone's probably gotten here first and taken the prototype. So what we need to do is figure out, and this is an example of a multi-part mission, right? So
Yes.
this mission could have ended here and you had the prototype as one of the things, or it could carry on and someone's taken it. In this case, someone has taken it. So we've got to find out where the prototype is. Yeah. We don't have impaling just yet. I don't think I have the physics question. So if we go in here, and this is an example of, like another thing you could do or a puzzle is the satellite shut down, but if we maybe get our multi-tool out and perhaps cut away those restraints there.
I probably would have went here first. That would have been the thing I probably did.
Falls off. And then
Looking
we
around,
can
trying to figure out how to get up there, I probably would have found this.
Reset it, and hopefully it will allow us to track where the prototype is. Okay, we restarted the satellite's internal system, and there's a prototype somewhere, so let's go find it.
And I'd go left. Why is it going right? Yeah, that's right.
Is there music played in any of this? I haven't heard any music. Is there music? No, I'm missing it.
Got his multi-tool out, so he's got 0 bullets.
I think it's mostly infields.
Yeah, I'm having like foot cramps. Be right back.
Oh, hang on. Shit, alright, well I guess we don't have our ride. This isn't looking good. There's a cutlass.
Hey Chris, if you're out there, I may need some
There's
help
someone
here.
else, and this would be an example of someone else
Need enough.
getting the same mission to come and get there. They've saw our ship, and
Yeah, this was
they
cool.
decided to take it out and then try to go
For
the
sure.
prototype.
This is when the music started kicking in, you know. What do they call it? Action music. And you can see, like, under the...
Are we doing the reveal or not?
Okay, there's a guy in red, like, halfway across the screen. He's heading towards the ship that they just blew up just to inspect it. And there's another guy right behind him, right there, with, like, a heavy cannon or probably a sniper rifle or something. But now, all of a sudden, you've got this
Can you
ship.
cut to camera 2?
This ship is awesome. I want one.
Chris, can you go? Chris, go third person.
But I'm not paying $600 for it.
Okay. So,
It's $330
whatever we
actually.
just called is showing up. Let's show the tail side gunner as well, I guess. Cut to camera 3. There we go. So this is the Anvil Valkyrie, and it is the first
Camera 2.
straight to flyable ship that we've done. So it's a Anvil dropship, and it's going to feature also in Squadron 42, and this will launch with 3.3.
Yes.
Take out
Okay,
5. Take out 4.
Yeah, let's get rid of the bad guys.
Take out the bad guys.
Camera 1, Glenn, where are you? Let's see where you're going. Where are the bad guys?
And he's got that new plasma rifle.
Glenn is DCing it.
There we go. That's a sync issue. Oh, we lost the... He's out, right? I can see him on camera 2.
Yeah.
Got him.
Okay,
There we go.
done. We're still having some sync issues in the multiplayer. All right, I think we killed all the bad guys. Yes, we have. All right, let's bring it down.
I want one of those Valkyries. They already showed the Valkyrie video, I guess. Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh, not yet. Oh, yeah, it's a big rock. Let's avoid that one. There we go.
Slowly, slowly, wham!
Okay. All right, it's up, buddy.
Notice how the ramp like opens fast. It doesn't open slow like all these other ramps that I've seen open.
All right.
They all
Thank
go.
you very much. Hey, do a little talking.
This one goes boop.
You guys got the FOIP on or not? You got the FOIP on? I was wondering if you'd send something to
Hey, buddy.
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, let's walk up to him and see if he's...
Thanks for the help, man.
You're very welcome. No problem.
Okay, let's close it. All right, so this is the Anvil Valkyrie. It is, like I said,
Don't fall.
Anvil's drop ship. Both
Don't
sides
fall out.
has side guns. You can deploy remote turrets. It's a bit risky. We still have the desync on the ladder, right?
Yeah.
Do that. So
We can take a tour of the bottom.
Well, yeah, let's just look around the bottom, Glenn, and then I think we're heading to where the prototype blade is.
Go through
But,
the doors.
Here's the bottom. You can go up there to where the flight area is. I think if we open up here, it will take us to kind of dark. There you go. Open door. There you go. Hey, and this is where the crew can sit. This will carry like 20 folks. I think this is probably to the turret in the front, right? Yeah.
So
turret in the front.
the down turret
Down turret in the
or
front.
the bottom turret. And then
got sleeping quarters upstairs. But if we go back, we've got, we're not, rather than us make a mess of the specs,
Oh.
Anvil have
Okay,
a little
so
video
they haven't
that
shown the video
kindly
yet.
provided for us to tell us about
Here
the
comes
Anvil,
the video.
Valkyrie. So let's let Anvil help us out.
Ask any soldier. They'll tell you that battles aren't won or lost based on weapons or numbers or even hardware. They're won on choices. For over a century, our ships have distinguished themselves in thousands of civilian and military combat operations.
But equipment helps,
Everyone else,
though.
Another weapon in the arsenal of victory. Get ready for the next generation of warfare.
It just looks badass.
Valkyrie dropship. This multi-role weapon platform is designed to get personnel in and out of the hottest combat zones. Featuring 4 powerful rotating thrusters with VTOL capabilities, the Valkyrie is capable of landing with surgical precision to deploy assets. Fitted with a vehicle bay and ramp, you can also efficiently launch ground-based troop transports or reconnaissance vehicles in the field. Each high-performance operator seat features rugged construction with added support to minimize G-force for up to 20 personnel, making sure that your fighting force arrives on site ready to jump into the fray. And don't think for a second that the Valkyrie can't hold its own in a fight. 2 remote turrets featuring size 3 hardpoints can provide suppressing fire during deployment. 2 additional manned turrets provide even more devastating fire to blur the line between dropship and gunship. In the days of antiquity, the Valkyrie were believed to choose which warriors may die in battle and which may live. With Anvil's Valkyrie, we put that choice in your hands.
All right.
Look at the textures on that tumbrel tire.
How are we doing in terms of getting to?
Look at
the
that texture.
location we need to get
I'm
to?
like, I was looking at that earlier. It was like, wow.
Yeah, can't.
I mean, I don't know. I'm just simple things get to me.
The contrast, the resolution is so great on that. So we want to look out the side there, Glenn, maybe?
Well, you can see the remote gunner from player 6 as well.
Okay, sure. There we go. So yeah, let's switch to player 6.
Can you turn
move
to
around.
the right, Daryl? There you go.
And go to the, I guess, to the left, to the front.
Yep.
So it's a full 180 degrees, I guess, and full down. So yeah, there's 2 remote gunner seats that command the side guns, remote guns, Gatling guns, and then there's a turret gunner on the top and a turret gunner on the bottom, and obviously a pilot, and then whatever the crew.
I wonder how you control this, right? Because it's remote. So you're in your character is sitting in a chair in the cockpit.
Someone wants to
Do you have
shoot
a
it? Why not?
screen that you're controlling? Does it put you third person into the gun? How does that work?
Well, you want more than one shot? Come on.
Matrix.
Hey, bullets cost money. You have to restock your ammo, man. Well, you never know when you may need it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Does the side gunner thing work, by the way? I think it does. It's just like you don't get the thing out of
Some pitches.
Hey, Emil.
Glenn, try it.
Yimalail? I hope I didn't mess that up. I'm sure I did. Sorry.
Keep on the,
Welcome.
Keep going the side gunner turret.
It's going to be... I don't know if I'm going to spend my life, but I will spend the hours and hours and hours a day on this game probably. So, I don't know. I know, right?
We're almost there.
We're almost there. Okay. All right. So we're heading to where the prototype thing is. And hang on.
No, camera 6.
Back to camera 6, please. So.
AA guns.
For AA here.
I noticed you knocked out one of the buildings too.
Why don't player 1 and player 3 have a little fun?
Yeah. Okay.
Exactly how high can you drop from? That's right. That's what I want to know, because paratrooper.
And this is I guess, the military, the version of the Temporal Cyclone, which is also going live with 3.3.
Yes.
So we have this, the racing version, I think the missile version. Do we? I can't remember what that's going.
I think all versions of them are going.
Okay. All right. We got rid of
I think we got rid of all of them.
all the AA? All right,
Yeah.
so...
The AA looks like it's not a mobile.
We did
It's
improve the rocks.
It's
you don't run over every
it's
single one of them.
anti-aircraft artillery. It looks like it's fixed positions.
Yeah, that's one of the AA turrets. That's another AA turret we took out. And again, this will be another optional continuation of the mission. So another.
Those are
type of
things I'm gonna
mission
have to
we
buy and
have
put at my
3.3, on Lawville or
But then again, maybe not if
Hurston
they're taking out that
is,
easy.
Underground facilities. So
Yes.
this is
Waste
the
of
very first
time.
example of underground systems. So we're going to have underground facilities, caves, other kind of things.
Yeah.
This particular one, this happens to be a kind of I don't know, waste storage.
I think it was used for refining.
Refining,
and,
right.
Well, we'll go check it out.
So let's go. Let's
You
go
guys
down.
are too good a shot. You left nothing for us.
What's that? Oh yeah. All right. Well, let's go in down to the facility.
They said this is an underground facility. It's built on the surface of the planet, but all the map is under the surface. That's cool. Now, if you were a single player and you took this mission,
Player 3.
you couldn't really finish this mission because your ship would have been blown up. But they're saying that was just someone else coming and blowing you up. Because they came, you know, they were just pirates. Or they took the mission as well. And so it was like a fight to see who got the mission. But with all the AI in here and stuff, if you're by yourself, it might be a little harder than with the team of two, you know? And with your extra friends with their Valkyrie. If you don't have a Valkyrie, this mission would be hard. They'd have that AA, you'd be flying in with your Mustang, and they just shoot you out of the sky. So you might have to land outside the mission zone and then sneak in. That's what I'm thinking. You'd have to do that.
Cooperative gameplay against FPSAI. Currently, I think in 3.3 you have missions spawned at Korea, and then we're going to have missions that are
Now on Glenn,
like this underground.
I see blood coming off of him. You see blood splatters coming off of him, but his health level doesn't ever change.
Getting all the behaviors working properly.
He's got his health turned off. He gets hit a couple of times, but he never gets any wounds.
Oh.
He's into that whole magazine changing thing. See, that's blood that's splattering off of Glenn. He didn't take any damage. I notice these things. Don't add extra guys, because it would be too hard. I think Scott's killing everybody.
Again, diegetic 40.
But I think that's because
there,
he's using
so
a mouse.
When you're there, you can talk to your, when you've got a team, you'll be able to talk to them. So, and it'll all be automatic based on who you make friends and everything. So in this particular case, you wouldn't need to be linked up in Discord or TeamSpeak or anything. As long as you're in the team, you're all there. It'll be like operating in a real-world fire group. So I think here is where the PDC is.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you. He already did die once.
All right,
But
prototype PDC.
when he respawned, I'm sure he turned off his health.
Okay, and we've recovered the blade now. So this is the second part of the two-part mission, and now we've got to take this back to our drop point
Yes.
in Lorville.
And I get the idea. It just makes him look like he's a
Yeah.
better player. Exactly. Well, he's playing with the Xbox controller. How do you do that? You can't. I mean, how do Xbox players play
Now the
games?
question is, did you get everybody? Nope.
See, he was killed by a laser. That's his buddy that's following him.
So one of the things that we've been working on is kind of the knockdown system, staggers, those types of things. We need to do some internal play tests a little bit more, but ideally we roll that out soon.
Well, maybe with aim assist.
Should you not be standing still?
Who's one?
I have a hard time with 3 AI over at Port Korea. Security Post Korea. I go over there to clear out the AI. I kill one, and everybody else kills me. So, I don't know. It's a little...
Chris
AI is
giving me notes for
normally tough.
for me to fix on the mission.
See right here, he says add AI. I'm like,
Just saying, wouldn't it be cool if a few other people stopped out of the,
Yes.
popped out on your way back up?
We will add reinforcements.
no, I don't think it would be cool. He's probably already bleeding out, you know? Or just let him know it's going to be extremely tough. You better bring friends. That could be in the mission description. Expect multiple waves or something.
So glad they fixed the popping.
Follow the sun, Glenn. Don't stare at it too long, but
All right, let's head back to Lorville.
Plus, he's almost out of ammo. If there was a bunch of guys, he would be done.
is this a special color?
Oh yes, so we would say that the Valkyrie that's been flown here is a special CitizenCon edition. That's if you get the Valkyrie during CitizenCon or within this week, I think you get to have this color as opposed to the standard. We have a digital.
Now I'm going to
gray
tell you,
color.
I had a problem
There's
with buying a Valkyrie.
There's a military version.
I know. Don't holler at me and don't cry. You know, scream at me.
Right.
But I was
We're gonna
willing
head back to gate 2.
to melt my Carrack,
And,
which I
basically show
did.
you
I
guys a
melted
little
my
bit.
Carrack,
Hey, Chris, can you gain some altitude
and
let's
I
get there.
went in to get a because my Carrack is a $400 ship. And when I melted it, they were only going to give me 350 credits. Right? $350 store credit. I was willing to do it. And then when I went to buy the $330 Valkyrie, they said I couldn't buy it because it was a war bond. Right? Okay, I get it. I can't use my store
I don't know if those
credits
are roads. I'll ask Ian.
to buy You can't use store credits to buy a war bond. So I said, okay, how much more am I going to have to pay to get the one that I can get with credits? $650.
Procedural planet setup that
It's doubled in price. It doubled from war bond to store credit.
Same system will be used for rivers and other things down the road.
So I said, okay, apparently I don't have it. So let's go back and let's rebuy my Carrack. Well, unfortunately, the Carrack was an upgrade from my Retaliator. Because I originally had bought a actually it was a Constellation. I upgraded it to a Retaliator, and then I guess they listed it as a Retaliator. So I upgraded from a Retaliator to a Carrack, paid the difference, and they said if you want to buy that ship back, you're going to get the Retaliator. I blew a gasket. Okay, whatever. I put a ticket in, like, hey, I obviously don't know what I'm doing, so help me out. Give me my Carrack back and we'll call it even, basically. And I'm waiting for a response. I did that a couple of nights ago. But I don't understand why I can't trade in a $400 ship
So as we get closer to
for a
the city,
$330 ship.
This is a no-fly zone. And
Even if I
this is our early,
take a
early
loss, I was willing to take a
implementation
loss.
of no-fly zones.
You know,
we will have
like they said they would only give me
you will need to
$350
stick
for
on-
it.
you will need to,
Okay, I get it. You're taking 50 credits because I'm melting
very
it.
similar to what you
Okay.
get in real-world airports.
But then you're not going to let me spend those $350 on a $330?
Everywhere over the city.
It was like I was getting double jeopardy. So that did upset me. But I get the fact that they need money, and I backed for the Retaliator, and then I did back for the Carrack, but taking the $50 from my melting should be enough incentive for me not to do it. But I was willing to do it. I was willing to take a $50 loss.
We'll get to player 6.
So technically, that ship right there would have cost me $380.
Drop-off point.
That's what I'm saying. Because I would have, after the melt and the buy, I would have only had $20 in credit left.
Train out to the perimeter. We're going to land out here because
But no,
we can't go in closer.
it wasn't good enough.
And then drive to gate.
Apparently, you need to pay $600 for that ship.
Check
I ain't
out
paying
outside.
$600 for that ship. It has no cargo hold. Zero cargo. The place where the car is, they say it holds zero cargo.
Again, that was us using the
Which I find to be weird,
situational for the team.
but it is what it is. So give me my Carrack back, which I'm sure by the time the Carrack is actually built and released, it's going to be 2 times bigger than what I expect it to be. You know, I was thinking about it. I said, do I need a big-ass ship like a Carrack? I probably don't. I don't need a ship that carries 50 people. I was happy with that ship there that carries 20 people. Because that's all, we have a small squadron, and how many Carracks do we need flying around in the squadron? We don't need... So, I gave up. Put in a ticket. Now, if they come back and say, hey, we miscalculated, we'll give you the Valkyrie and take your Carrack and give you $20 in store credit, I'll accept that.
Yep.
I will.
That was fun.
Because that's what my initial plan was anyway.
Yeah, thanks, buddy. I'll meet you in the bar later, yeah?
Meet you there.
Alright. So you got this little, like, gate city outside the gates. Yeah, I guess these are the guys that aren't allowed inside the city.
We're gonna in different areas. There's a little example of a bit of a shanty town. So these are people that have been pushed out of the inner city, but people still hang on the outside gates, sell their wares to people coming and going from Lorville.
In Traveler, we would have called this a star town. It's a town outside the gates of the starport. It's the area immediately outside the
Yeah, you can
starport.
appreciate the size and the scale of Lawville. So we're now down on the foot. You can sort of look up, if you look up, Glenn. Ah. It's pretty big, and this is what you fly in and out of. I mean, I think one of the nice things with Star Citizen is just the sense of scale that you get, but also the sense of detail. When
Some
you're
of
out
their
there on
stuff,
top.
some of the
All
Star
you know,
Citizen
you
stuff
can
is
see
too
things,
busy.
interact with them, your hand.
They got
You
too
know, we've got
many
millimeters
little
of precision for that, but we've got
creases
scale
and
that goes
folds
to
and
billions of
and
kilometers.
textures, and it's too busy, in my opinion. Meaning it looks more like it's going to use up a lot more resources than necessary. And does it add to the feeling? I think it takes away from the feeling. I want it to be
We're not getting custom interviews,
less
but longer
pipes,
term,
less
again, we're saying the law and order system,
folds,
scanning
less
things,
creases.
You try and sneak through things. Maybe
I don't
scan
want
the
so
specs off something.
many
You
variations.
take
It's
it
just
to
me,
the
though.
customs. Yeah. And
I think
here's
they're
the
going
use of,
overboard on the
sort
on the
of
greebling,
Dropbox
is I guess what they call it.
that we're putting into
Greebling?
Tree.
Yeah, I think it's
So
called
as well as
greebling.
admins that you can pick up and drop things from. This is also allowing you to drop off stuff. So this is sort of a drop that we're going to do, which is to complete our mission.
This is good.
Clovis doesn't like to get his hands dirty.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, he does.
Deniability. So we just place it.
Paramount to us.
Done.
I have a drinking problem, apparently.
Now, mission is.
Subject to all personal law and
There
can
you
be
go.
prosecuted for violations.
Yeah, deliver the cargo. We're done.
Yeah, I think my life might be Star Citizen.
So now we're going to catch the metro. Hopefully, the metro line from the perimeter doesn't run as frequently as
No,
they want.
no. Anybody from Europe will understand that.
So let's get up there and see what's happening.
I think we got a little bit of a wait.
And if they clean some of the trash up,
The train, run, 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 run! Get in it! 7, oh, yes!
if they clean some of the trash up, that might help
up where your two
on
jumps, buddy.
performance as well.
It's literally a 5-minute wait on the perimeter. So that was good, because we're running behind schedule anyway, so...
But I don't know, they got the whole city full of stuff and it's running pretty smoothly. He's got a criminal rating.
So a lot of painstaking work went into making this real.
Why does he have a criminal rating? Shooting those guys? I blew up his ship? I don't know. I didn't pay attention to see when that appeared. And also later tonight, I'm going to be playing some PTU 3.3. So if you want to come back and see some of that, I'll be doing that. I'm going to take like a 5-minute break after this video, which is pretty close.
Locations like in
Yes.
the real world, so there will be different stops for different sections.
And right
So,
now, this is only
I'll-
running
there'll
from
be like a
gate 2 to
5-minute
gate
break.
1. Eventually, we'll do kind of package things together. So like gate 1, gate 2, gate 3 to spaceport or to the main center.
Yeah, and the transit system will probably be used in most of our landing locations and the advanced ones to take you to different areas of interest. You know, from the spaceport to the central physics.
Because it's
to
a
the
success.
Habitation areas, to the dark, seedy favela area or whatever, depending on the locations we have.
Right.
And I think this thing's moving at about 200 kilometers an hour. So about 120. 120 miles an hour.
Yeah, 120 is 200 kilometers.
It's moving. I mean, it's got to cover, 12 kilometers.
set.
Now, I only watched the videos from the main stage. There were a bunch of videos on a secondary stage that I've never seen, and like the Tony Zervik one, I did not watch that one. I need to pull it up and watch it,
Okay.
but I haven't seen where it's uploaded yet. As soon as it gets uploaded, I'll be watching all the second
we're in the
stage.
L19 area, aren't we?
Yeah, we're in L19.
L19, so we're just going to hop
That
the
guy's
train.
sliding. Thought we.
the train to the spaceport and check out the.
Oh, that's right.
dealer.
The ships. Right. He's going to go to the ship dealer and take a look at how we're going to be able to buy ships
Perimeter, spaceport, and industry lines.
Friends on the perimeter.
and the prices.
As I said, commuter citizen.
When train is approaching.
Yeah, if you don't know where to go, you're going to be lost in a place like this.
Arriving 42. What's the other one?
Be considerate to your fellow travelers. Do not block doors.
That'll be the other one we're going to do then.
Yeah.
It's,
So eventually, what we want to do is basically, Glenn, can you look at the map real quick? Behind you. There you go. So be able to show trains in transit, just so you understand where you're going, how to get there, and where it's at.
okay. 10, 9, 8, 7.
Step away from the platform edge when train is approaching.
Right. How long is it? It's like a 15 second?
It's a 30-second wait.
It is?
Yep.
Trespassing or attempting to trespass on train tracks.
If it was 30, then,
Serious
or if it
and
was 20, we
dangerous
wouldn't have made the
offense.
last one.
Really?
Yeah.
That was pretty.
Hurston Security reserves the right to search travelers at any time.
Hurston Security reserves the right to search travelers at any time.
So ideally we get a ship for you, since
Yes.
Since you've
After
been
all
wanting
that,
to
we
see
should
that.
buy a ship, I think.
Since his ship blew up. But don't forget, there's insurance. I love the feel of the train turning when it's turning the corners. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah, I should sweat. One of them. We didn't save it.
See, that's just too much BS. You don't need all that. You don't need all that BS. A little bit's okay, but not all. It's just too much. Too many little fine turns and poles and pipes, and it's way too much.
Right, we got 6 minutes then before the next session's up.
gotta move it, bud. Yeah, don't break your legs. Yeah.
Use of weapons within Lorville is strictly prohibited. Your safety is paramount to us.
You just squeeze past that guy. Luckily, he knows exactly where to go. New Deal.
All right, let's head into New Deal. So in 331 Hurston Lorville Inn, you'll be able to rent ships and also buy ships. Renting ships obviously will be more economical in the short term because ships themselves,
Well, it lets you try them out.
yeah, let's try them out, and they also cost money. So it's an opportunity to rent.
That's the
something,
showroom
use
floor.
it, figure it
That's
out.
the
So,
outside.
Here's the New Deal. A couple of obviously ships that are coming in 3-3. There's the Phoenix, sitting right there, the new Mustang. And of course, to the right is, yeah, it's just a pretty looking ship. Yeah, the Hammerhead.
The big boy.
again, another ship that's coming with 3-3. I think the Avocado just started to play with it and have fun. It's probably a bit out of our price range. Yeah, it's definitely out of our price range.
21 million.
We don't have that much money. So let's go in and get something that's a little cheaper for us.
Yeah.
Back to the Blade Runner music. Vangelis.
I don't know how much. I think Mustang, maybe 100,000 or something. I'd have to look. This is our first pass at. We're still working on the economy.
I think 21's not expensive enough, to be honest. I think it should be hundreds.
Quality, the brand. It's the same for items. So we have a matrix that's done to work with the dynamic economy on ships and on items. Obviously, there's still going to be.
Hello and welcome to the New Deal shipyard, where there ain't no such thing as too low of a deal.
He just went in
Take a
last
look around
night.
and just breathe it in.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Little work.
the
still.
lighting's on. So yeah, like I don't know how much. Let's. Okay,
600.
Which is the Aurora? 220,000. I don't know. The 85X is that much more expensive. But we can get a prospector maybe.
Glenn's been wanting to buy.
Yeah. All right.
You had to change the mouse.
There we go. And we have a prospector we can now fly. And there we go. That is the end of the mission demo. So we've done a mission in Lawville / Hurston that is going to be in 3.3 once that comes online. We've shown you the various parts of the gameplay, including the FPS aspect that you can do against the environment, multi-part missions, the various biomes of Hurston, the transit system, the enhanced interaction system, being able to buy or rent ships. We didn't show renting, but that's also be part of this. And they will all be stuff that will come with 3.3 that you guys will play once Hurston and Lawville will be on site. So thank you very much for seeing this. We've been working really hard. There's still a bunch more work to be done to get the glitches and bugs out, which you all got to experience a bit of. But we're really kind of excited by the beginnings and the possibilities of what it's going to provide. And I think the rest of the day, we've got a whole bunch of panels that are talking about various things that we've done, including how we built Hurston, some of the technology we've used, some of the other graphics technology we've been working on, the new flight model, which won't be in 3.3, but it'll be coming in 3.4 onwards, which we're also pretty excited by. So I would say go and visit the panels. The audio guys have got some really great presentations on their stuff. Character guys.
I want to find out if the Tony Zurovec video is up.
Tony has a design session that he's going to sit in and expound on, so that will also be really interesting. So.
I'm checking to see if Tony's got any videos up. CitizenCon, those are trailers. That's a 6-minute consolidated outline. And I've seen all these other videos, so they must not have uploaded them. So you got the keynote, that's what we just watched. There is a Squadron 42 trailer that you guys probably would like to see if you haven't already. It is letterboxed.
I saw you apply to the Flight Academy again.
I'm your new wingman, sir.
The coil.
cover to launch attacks.
So there's a Bengal in the
This is
coil.
their turf, so moving on. Keep your eyes open.
Not just an Idris.
No sudden moves.
And that guy that says no sudden moves, I think he's laying on the ground later with a spear stuck in his chest.
An OMC belongs to Sato Khan.
Sorry.
Is that your boss? Are we supposed to be scared of him or something? Yeah.
The OMC aren't the only ones listening into comms.
All ships, we're under attack by Vandal forces. Repeat, we are under attack.
That's awesome. Mark Strong looks right there. Oh, sucks to be him.
There have been battles.
Mark Strong looked that his face looked on point.
There have been losses. Each and every one of you has proven yourself time and again. We will not lose the system. We will not fall back.
The lightning. That's Retaliator. The community is now calling the Tally, so they took it and they named it the Tally.
Because we have to.
If ships only blew up that fast. Oh my gosh. Okay. Sorry, I talked the whole time through it. Right. What is all that? Okay, so I think that's it, guys. I'm going to take my break, but I don't know if I'm going to be coming back to the stream, unfortunately. I think I'm going to just take a break because I'm not feeling well. I haven't been feeling well for the last couple of days, so I apologize about that. All right, guys. If I'm back, come see me. Follow the channel. Put notifications on. And anytime I log in and start streaming, you'll get a notification. Otherwise, I'll catch you next time.